I'm tired. It ain't like I'm tired of doing nothing. I'm tired of not doing nothing. This gotta stop. And I don't need people to be under my comments saying, man, I'm with it too, man, and me too. No, do something. Say something. Make a page. Make videos. Put it out there. You know, if you're in the area, stand up for it. Let people know, like, man, what's going on. Do something. Don't call them. Press charges if they do come in y'all neighborhood wanting to stop people when ain't nobody call them. You know what I mean? Like, y'all stop pointing the guns at each other and protect your community.
A black man found dead hanging after filing a lawsuit against the cops. This story is going to make your blood boil. Put up the picture full mass here. According to the Atlanta Black Star, Denoris Richardson, a black man who earlier this year filed a lawsuit against the local police in Alabama, was found dead last month, hanging from a rope in an abandoned house. His family believes the 39-year-old man may have been lynched by the police. He was suing from the Sheffield Police Department in Colbert County. Richardson's body was found hanging by a rope from a beam in an abandoned house on September 28th, after the Colbert County Sheriff's Office received a call about a suspicious vehicle. Ballotine said, quote, "We've spoken with the mother at length," the sheriff told AL.com. She seemed to think that Mr. Richardson was depressed because his estranged wife had been giving him some problems. They had been separated. There were a lot of things going on in Mr. Richardson's life, end quote. But Bonita Richardson denied telling the sheriff her son had been depressed. Quote, "My son was joyful," she said. "He didn't have any mental issues. He would never kill himself. He would not hurt himself." Richardson also said her son was under a lot of stress since filing the lawsuit because he feared retaliation from the officers who had already abused him. Quote, "He really was in fear for his life," she told Alabama Media Group. "I think it's a homicide," end quote. His wife, Leanne Richardson, told local media that police had repeatedly arrested, physically beaten, and harassed him over the years, which intensified after he filed the lawsuit in February, accusing 6 officers of violating his Fourth Amendment rights through excessive force, as well as denying him medical services under the Americans with Disability Act. Quote, "I need answers," his wife, Leanne Richardson, told the Alabama Media Group. "This was made to look like it's not a..." She said her husband had been harassed by Sheffield police after he filed the lawsuit against them. The suit centers around an officer we've previously covered. Put him up full mass. See, we've covered him before. His name is Max Dotson. You see, Officer Dotson, a former cop who in an unrelated incident threatened the life of a different black man who was talking to his daughter. Here's video of that altercation.
Is this your property?
Go, man.
Is this your property?
Big fat boy. Go, man.
Is this your property?
Go, man.
Nope.
It's gonna be my property. What you doing, bro?
You must be.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
Help! 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 You wanna get big? You're not doing nothing, motherfucker.
Let it go!
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything. Ow!
Buy him!
Oh,
Buy him!
Come on, stop,
Get him!
man.
Buy him!
Stop,
Go
man.
on!
Stop. I ain't got no cups.
We're resisting! Get him! We're resisting!
Bro, I give up. Come on, man.
I got no cups.
Yes, I live here. This is my home, man. Come on, bro.
Lay down.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Put the cop back up. You see, we brought this to the attention of the authorities, to the attention of the community back some time ago. This cop was part of that lawless crew you just saw. Remember, in the state of Alabama, if you are on private property, they do not have the right to make you produce identification. Only if you are on publicly accessible property is that rule applied. I'm going to give you background on this lawsuit. Richardson was attending a hearing at the Sheffield Municipal Courthouse over drug charges November 30th, 2022, when the judge told him to step outside the courtroom. According to the lawsuit, which describes Richardson as asthmatic and diabetic. The lawsuit states that Richardson was attempting to use the restroom when Sheffield Police Lieutenant Max Dotson assaulted him by grabbing his arms as if to arrest him, even though Richardson had done nothing wrong. It is not clear from the lawsuit as to why Dotson grabbed his arms, but Dotson was later fired and convicted on assault charges over another incident in 2022. Former cop was also arrested on DUI charges earlier this year, career criminal. But after Richardson was transported to jail that day, he ended up further allegedly being attacked by the Sheffield police officer, Darian Fountain. You're looking at him. That is Officer Fountain, who struck him in the throat with the palm of his hand and shoved his head against the wall before falsely charging him with assault. The lawsuit says, keep his picture up. The reason why I used the palm of his hand is because it won't give a visible sign, no marking that he used his fist. It's an old tactic utilized by cops. From there, Dotson and Fountain strapped Richardson to a restraint chair for 3 hours, where they called him a P word and mother blanker and told him, nobody can help you, end quote. Dotson later spray peppered into his cell, pepper sprayed his cell, knowing he was asthmatic. That could have killed him. And also stepped into the cell to punch him, according to the lawsuit. Now, according to Atlanta Black Star, Sheffield police officer Brett Evans on the left, then allegedly tasered Richardson under the orders of the Sheffield police chief, Ricky Terry Center. And he was once again placed in the restraint chair for several hours. Sheffield police officer Elbert Pope on the right was named in a lawsuit for allegedly denying Richardson food and medical care. Okay. Every racist, corrupt regime has a token. You're looking at one of them right there. The lawsuit mentions another incident from earlier this year, January 9th, where he was viciously attacked by the Sheffield police. Police officers Billy Hall and Sanaka Butcher, when he attempted to use a phone in the jail to call 911. He's in the jail. He needs to use the phone. He's calling 911 to get medical help. Richardson was out on bond prior to his death. Colbert County Sheriff Eric Ballantine said, quote, as far as our investigation goes, we want to be transparent. We've even placed a call into the U.S. Attorney General's office to see if they could maybe take a look at it also. It's just a request. But because there is some concern as far as the family goes, we don't mind them coming in and taking a look at the case. You know, the sheriff is, to some may seem, that's a really decent response, Sheriff. Is it? You're the constitutional officer. You're the elected authority. You have more authority than the chief of police. Where's the vigorous investigation? We're going to get to the bottom of this. You see, sheriffs are held accountable by the citizens. That was the reason the sheriff's position was affixed in state constitutional charters so that you can eliminate some of the politics in the pedigree of corruption that happens with the local council, or maybe between a mayor and a chief of police. The sheriff is accountable to the people. The sheriff is accountable to the people. All of a sudden, the sheriff contextualizes the language to say, well, because the family has an issue here, we called the feds to see if they could look into it. Sir, you looking into it? Are you investigating this based on the claims that have already been presented, based on the fact that you have a cop who has been arrested, fired already, who was part of this madness with this one man? Hell of a